Hey guys, how are you guys doing? Thank you for being here. Making sure my screen is clear. So I had a completely different video prepared for you guys today. I was just putting together this like rough script, something that I will be talking about a lot in the future. So I wanted to do like a video to kind of introduce the topic because you'll see throughout a lot of the things that I say and things that I post. But I decided to just do something a little bit different. So, hey guys, in this video, I just want to be open and honest and vulnerable and show you where I'm at today, what's going on with me, how I'm kind of like adjusting to life, and just to give you a sneak peek into the world of Karen Tsan. So, welcome. Thank you for being here and enjoy. So, this is a new YouTube channel, something I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I just didn't. I don't know what it is. Like I didn't have the guts, maybe. I didn't know what I wanted to do, how I was going to do it. So it's taken me a while to kind of get comfortable and just want to even share who I am online because I am very private. So it's not something I want to do where I just want to like welcome complete strangers into my life. But I was thinking that since it is a new channel, nobody's watching. Like, none of my friends are watching. Nobody from high school is watching. Like, nobody's watching me because I'm not really promoting this channel. I'm not putting it out there. I'm not I'm not trying to grow it right now. I just want to get used to being comfortable. So I wanted to share something just more about me and where I'm at. And I thought this would be better than working on doing the video with the script that I had prepared. And the truth is, I'm kind of like sick of everything. I'm just at the point where, I'm just like wondering when is this all going to be over? Like, this hard part of my life, this like struggle, this trying to build the business, trying to make everything make sense, trying to adjust to this new country that I live in now, trying to like keep up with my bills and my responsibilities and like, trying to keep up with social media and like marketing and SEOs and like all the things that are involved with starting a new business, like it's so hard. So I just did my taxes, which is exciting for all of us, right? Woohoo, taxes. And, I was talking to my accountant, it's a new accountant, and I was explaining to him, I sent him my last year's T4s, whatever they're called. I don't think it was the T4s, whatever. I sent him like the summary so he can get an idea of like what I've been doing in like the last 2 years. And so I told him, like, I'm 2 years into my business now. Last year was like when I really started it, but I was getting income. I was working with a coaching program. So I was one of the coaches on a program. I was a closer. So I kind of did like all the breakthrough calls, which I loved. It was with my inner child coaching program. It's something that was just so important and so dear to me that, anyways, not that it's important, but I just want to say, like, Greg, I just like love the opportunity. Anyways, so that's behind me. And last year in May, so today, as I'm recording this, is April 28th. And last year, May, pretty much May 1st, was when I went off on my own. The soulmate program had ended, it had come to a close. It was time for it, moving on kind of thing. And so last year was when it kind of got like thrusted on me, like, now you're on your own, like, figure it out, do it. And I invested on my first coaching program May 4th of last year. And I thought, okay, like, I don't have the money to do it, but I'm gonna need the support. So I decided to invest in my first coaching program. Since then, I've been in three different business coaching programs, but that was the first one. And it was like the first step into, getting online, being visible, doing the work, showing up, and not just like I know who I am and how I help people and how, when I'm on my calls one on one, like how I'm able to connect with people, that's all fine and dandy. But like I need to actually like build a business. Like I need to, people need to trust me. Like strangers need to trust me. They need to like when they look me up or whatever, they need to kind of feel like there's a person. It's not just like, you know, a referral. Like they want to know what they're getting involved in, especially today times. And so that was my first kind of like step into like, okay, I gotta be visible. I think, long story short, like, here, I can tell you in one sentence, but I'm just gonna give you like 10 paragraphs because that's how my brain works. It's never a straight line. I was terrified of being visible. And so my first step into building my own coaching business and not just working on a program with other coaches because there I didn't have to worry so much about like finding clients. I was working with her clients. So now I got to do it on my own and I'm like I got to be visible. Like holy shit, like I'm freaking scared. What do I say? How do I say it? Why does anyone want to listen to me? So that was last year, May 4th, and now we're almost one full calendar year later and I just got off the phone with my accountant and, going through all my numbers and just like, when does it get freaking easier? Like, when does this part finally just like works out? It's just so freaking frustrating. And I know that the people with the hardest life and like the greatest challenges and the ones that had to go through all the adversity are the ones with stories. Like we're the ones that need to like lead the way. We're the lighthouse. We are the ones that went through the darkness, went through the pain, went through the healing. Like we're the ones that did it. Like we are the ones that lead the way, especially in this world that we live in where everyone is just more like I want to say the word complacent, but I don't think that's the right word. It's just like people are going on with their lives, but they're not really like in their life. And, they're looking for someone that is going to stand tall and loud. And I know that's me, but it's like, fuck, like, when does this work out? Like, when does this, like, I can put all of this shit behind me? It's been 2 years since I moved to Mexico. And I moved because I knew starting from scratch, starting from nothing was going to be difficult. And I knew I had to reduce my expenses. I've been budgeting since I was 18 years old. I've been saving for my retirement since I was 18 years old. I've been working full time since I was 17. I was supporting my family at 17 after my mom was in a really bad car accident. So I kind of had no choice. But I've been responsible. And when it got to a point where I knew this is what I was going to do, and I knew it was going to take investments, I knew it was going to take time, I knew that it wasn't going to happen quickly. And I was like, I can't do this in Toronto. Like, you get fined pretty much when you leave your house in Toronto. Like, the amount of ways they find ways to fine you. Like, oh, sorry, you walked too quickly down Front Street. So here's a $150 fine you have to pay. And oh, we saw that your car drove past, a fire hydrant and it stopped for 0.2 seconds. So here's a $500 fine. Like you're fined for breathing in Toronto. Like it's gone to the point where it's like groceries are expensive. Rent right now is dropping. When I was living in Toronto, a one bedroom was 2,800 a month. I was lucky. I'm going to say that was the market rental price, but thankfully for me, I was living in a friend's condo and I was paying a lot less. I was paying 2,200, 2,250, something like that. He gave me like below rent price and he never raised the rent on me. So thank you, Michael. You have been a savior. I love you. You're the best. But it's like, between gas, groceries, like Toronto was so fucking expensive. It was just, and like, you're not even happy living there anymore. So I knew, like, coming to Mexico, this was a strategic move. This was for me to bring my expenses down, to really like take myself away from the world that like caused me so much pain and suffering. I'm not saying it's all of Toronto, it's my family. It's, like my life in Toronto it didn't fit me anymore. There was just so much betrayal. And for me to heal and to be able to build this, I needed to step away. Like you can't heal in the environment that makes you sick. And being in real estate, being at Sotheby's, my family, all of it was making me sick. Like this wasn't the environment for me to heal in. So I had to leave. Like I felt like I had to do this to save my life. And now it's been 2 years that I've been in Mexico. Still can't speak the language. La cuenta, por favor. Can I have the bill, please? That is all I know how to say. It's frustrating, and it's like, I'm not focused on learning the language because I need to focus on making my business make sense to work, to find clients, to build my reputation, to all of the stuff that's involved with starting a coaching business. Like, fuck, it's been so hard. Like, I am full on ranting because it is like, I'm so like, I know that it's all going to work out. I know I didn't take this risk for nothing, but when we were going through some of my numbers, my accountant's like, oh, like you spent a lot on like your business. You spent a lot on courses and programs. And I was like, yeah, like this year I had to invest everything. Like this was my do or die. Like this was me putting everything into my business, putting myself out there, learning the structure, figuring out the legalities of having an online business. Because you guys, having an online business doesn't mean you're exempt from like any kind of law. Like right now, there's so much legal shit happening with online businesses. There are literally people or bots, I don't even freaking know, that are looking for businesses that don't have the right, disclaimers, like policies, all of that stuff. And they are like going to target them specifically. Like it's this new thing that's going on. And it's like, you need to think about all of this stuff. So I've had to like invest so much in making sure that I was building properly, let alone just kind of like figuring me out and healing and like making sense of my pain because I can't stay in my pain. I can't be in that level while I'm working with people. Like I had to really like find the lessons. And I've done so much healing. We're never done healing, but I am at the point where I'm like, I'm not being held back by my struggles like that. I've made peace with. I've made peace with the fact that, I have a shitty family, a very unsupportive family. That was very loud. Like I've made peace with, everything I've had to go through. And I'm just like, fuck, when is this part over? just when do I put this shit behind me? And I'm not saying my family and my suffering, like, fuck, that's just part of it, That's just like, that's part of the fun. That's what I get to like truly heal from. And I'm so glad. I'm so grateful that I got to go through these 2 years of healing, being so far away from the people who hurt me, so I can truly like look at myself and, everything we do, like life is a mirror. It's only mirroring back what you need to see. So I've always been like, what's this mirroring back to me? Like, where am I like not seeing this? And I've gone through all of that. And now I'm like, okay, I get it. I get, why I had to learn how to stand up for myself, how I had to learn to like love myself and really like understand my own self-worth because I struggled with that. And I had to be like, whose words are those? Like every time I would want to get on camera, I'm like, oh my God, nobody wants to hear this. Like, shut up, Karen, you're so annoying. And then I'm like, whose words are those? Like, who's saying that? And I would have to go in, find the patterns, find the belief, reprogram every toxic thing I was saying to myself. And I've done that. I've done it so fucking much that like now when I have any kind of resistance, I'm like, okay, what's the belief? Let's keep going down and find the belief and then find out if it's true or not. And I have dug, I have excavated. I think I said that right. Don't even know. Excavated all of my shadows, my darkness. I've gone into like parts of me that were exiled, like the caves and the shadows. I've done all of that. And I've learned now, like quickly, how to like switch up my mindset. I was having a little bit of resistance. I noticed it after I'd done my taxes, just like prepping it to send off to the accountant. And I noticed that I was feeling avoidant and I was like coping and distracting. That's my big thing. I'll like doom scroll. And I went, why am I doom scrolling? What am I what am I avoiding the feeling of? And then I was like, oh, because I sent my taxes in and now I feel like, he's gonna like look at my taxes and be like, you're bad, and I'm like, why do I think that I'm bad or I'm wrong? And then I thought about it and, where it came from. And I really like found that like connection of growing up and like my mom always having so much fear around finances and taxes and always trying to like always felt like no matter what she did she couldn't like get ahead or figure it out or she didn't have the right resources kind of thing. And of course I inherited those same fears because when I started working and I did do taxes I was like, mom, like where do I go, what do I do? And she's like, oh, like and when you make too much money, you have to pay all this taxes. Not that my mom ever made too much money, but like there was this fear in my head, like, oh my God, I'm gonna owe all these taxes. If I make all this money, I'm gonna owe all of these taxes. And even though like I'm in a position where I'm not owing taxes this year, I really like that fear was there because I submit and I was like, they're gonna like poke holes in it. They're like, where's this like receipt for like your Apple storage unit for $4.51? Like, show us the receipts. Like, we're gonna audit you on your like Gmail, the Google workshop invoice, send it to us, you liar. We know you didn't pay this invoice, whatever. And I was like, oh my God, like, fuck, what a stupid fear. So, anyways, I got over that, but I don't know. I just needed to like rant this one out because I'm so like, you know, Uranus has been in Taurus, which is my sign. I am like all fixed signs. So I've just had a really fucking tough go these last 7 years. Like my whole life was destroyed from 2027, 2028. My whole life has just been like upside down, like fucking free fall from God knows fucking where. And it's just been a shit show. And now that we're like at the end of it, I just feel like a little beat up by life. And I'm having a hard time recovering. I'm like, I know that things are, we're on the other side now, but fuck, I feel like I'm just like super bruised, Like I feel like I crawled through fucking glass for 7 fucking years that I'm standing up and I'm like bruised and bloody and like beaten down, like my hair's been ripped out, like just like a fucking punching bag. Fuck. I really hate where I'm at right the fuck now because it's like, what happens next? I've taken all the beatings I can take. I can't take one more beating. Not one. If I trip and fall, it will be the death of me. The next time I have to deal with something difficult, I might not survive. I just don't know how. So, oh God. And to be honest, fucking hate it in Mexico. Like, I don't like it here. And everyone's always like, what are you eating? Like, have you been to this restaurant? And like, like, what do you eat? And must be great, the food. I don't fucking know. First of all, like, I have no Mexican friends. How? Why? I can't speak the language. What are we going to talk about? Like, La Cuenta, por favor? Like, how many times can you say that to someone and they're going to be like, wow, this girl's like not all there? Like, I'm not enjoying it here. I like that it's hot. I'm Vietnamese. Like, my bones are tiny. I need the heat. I didn't do well in Canada. Sick all the time, my whole life, sick. Any month, I was sick. Here, like, I love the fact that it's hot, but there's no nature. Like in Guadalajara, where I live in Colonial Americana, there is not any piece of nature. If there's a tree, you best believe like homeless people have peed all over the tree, not just dogs. Like you're dealing with like homeless piss everywhere. There's like, it takes me 35 minutes to walk to a park. By the time I get there, I'm like fucking filthy. I'm like sweating like to death and I'm dusty. It's so dusty. Like there's like poopy stuff in my ears and my nose. Like my first 3 months here, I was like washing out my nostrils every single day because it was so dusty and dirty. It's like, so yeah, it's not great. You can't go out and like hug a tree or touch grass because there's homeless piss on it, like, and then you get to the park, there's nowhere comfortable to sit. It's motherfucking hot as hell. So you just want to go home. So I spend all my time at home by myself. Like I fucking hate it here. And I can't fucking learn the language. It's so fucking hard. I just learned about like loss and last, like LAS and LOS is like the plural of like la and whatever. It's like the. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like I didn't know any of that shit. So cool. I learned one thing. It took me 2 years to learn the plural of like, I don't even think it's a plural of the. It must be plural of like a. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Don't ask me. I hate the language. It's so hard. I mean, like it's easy once you figure it out, is what the book says, but like I have no one to talk to. I don't really want to talk to anyone either. Fucking hate it. This whole fucking 2 years, I just want this to be over so I can travel to a beach travel to a volcano, like just see something nice, not this fucking shitty ass view I have of buildings and like cities. Fuck, I just like I want to get the fuck out of here and like do a yoga retreat, and like be in nature. Just I'm tired. But that's all I want to say for today because it's a new channel, because no one's really watching. I thought that I can just say whatever I want and like I can always delete the video later, you know? But I'm not going to do it because I want to get more comfortable with like talking about me, my life, where I'm at, what's going on, how I think. And this is part of it. Like moving to a new country, you're going to have to adjust. It's it's all grist for the mill, which is my favorite fucking sentence that I like live by. It's all grist for the mill. I'll figure it out. But so thank you, my friends. Thank you, you guys, for sticking around and listening to me just be mad at life. Fuck, I'm so mad at life. I think that's it. I'm I'm mad at life. Well, I appreciate hanging out. It's fun. We should do it again sometime, you know? It'd be cool. I didn't even clean up my kitchen. Like, I literally just wanted to get on and like blabber away. So, yeah, you're gonna get my messy kitchen. I had some wine because taxes always stress me out. But it's done almost. It needs to be submitted and on to a next year, right? It's interesting that we do taxes in April, and April is like, the beginning of the zodiac calendar. That's curious, isn't it? I mean, we do it at the end of April, so it's not quite the beginning, but I'm sure there's a reason for all of it. Not that it matters or I care, but it is what it is. Thank you for being here and hanging out with moi. And I will update you when I learn a little more Spanish and I will share whatever I freaking learn because it won't be much. Thank you. Take good care. Bye.